నీవు
thoughts.
ఎంతో అనుభవించావు.
You experience a lot.
దానికి తగినటువంటి గ్రాటిట్యూడ్స్ నీవేమిస్తున్నావు?
Do you express gratitude for all that you
భగవంతుడు
experience?
దేనికుడును తత్ఫలితాన్ని ఇవ్వమని కోరడు.
In fact, God does not expect anything in return.
నీ తత్ఫలితం కోసం భగవంతుడు ఏనాడు కాచుకోడు.
And God never waits.
కానీ డూ యువర్ డ్యూటీ.
But do your duty.
నీ యొక్క కృతజ్ఞత నీవు చూపుకోవాలి.
You should express your gratitude.
కృతజ్ఞత లేనిటువంటి మానవుడు క్రూరుని కంటే హీనుడు.
The one without gratitude is the worst rich.
నీవు ఎన్నో అనుభవిస్తున్నావు.
You have many.
ఎన్నో నీవు అందుకుంటున్నావు.
And you receive many.
ఎన్నో విధంలో నీవు అభివృద్ధి వస్తున్నావు.
And you are progressing.
కానీ అభివృద్ధి చేసినటువంటి వాడు, అందింప చేసినటువంటి వాడు, వారికి తగినటువంటి కృతజ్ఞత నీవు ఇవ్వాలి.
You should certainly be grateful to the one from whom you received.
మాతృదేవో భవ, పితృదేవో భవ.
Mother is God, father is God.
తల్లి నవమాసములు మోసి కష్టములకు లోబడి అన్ని విధాలా నీకు సహింప చేసుకుని ఆ బాధలను నీవు భరింప చేసుకుని నిన్ను ఎంతో పోషిస్తూ వచ్చింది.
It's only the mother who gave birth to you, experiencing all the stress and strain and the pain.
అట్టి బాధల పడి నిన్ను పెంచినటువంటి తల్లికి నీవు ఎంత కృతజ్ఞత అందించాలి?
What kind of gratitude should you express towards your mother?
అందువల్లే మాతృదేవో భవ.
So it is said,
ఆమె నీకు దేవత సమానం.
Mother is God, truly speaking.
పితృదేవో భవ.
Father is God.
ఆ యొక్క తండ్రి ఎన్నియో విధంగా చదివించి అభివృద్ధి చేసి ధనమును సంపాదించి తాను కడపైన ఎండబెట్టుకుని పిల్లల్ని పోషిస్తాడు.
In fact, father has taken care of you, sacrificing his own comfort, earning money.
అట్టి శ్రమకు వచ్చినటువంటి తండ్రికి నీవేం కృతజ్ఞత అందిస్తున్నావు?
What gratitude you are showing to your father?
నీవు ఈనాడు ఈ తల్లికి తండ్రికి ఏ కృతజ్ఞతను అందించావో అది ఏ రేపటి దినము నీ కుమారుడు నీ బిడ్డలు నీకు అదే గతిని అందిస్తారు.
The kind of gratitude that you express towards your parents today will come back to you from your children
కానీ
tomorrow.
10 మంది ఎదురుగా మాత్రం మంచి పలుకులు పలికేది.
You speak so nicely in front of people.
లోపల చూస్తే దుర్మార్గమైన భావాలు పెంచుకుంటూ ఉండేది.
There is wickedness and cruelty within.
ఇది ఏ రాక్షసత్వము అన్నారు.
This is demonic temperament.
రాక్షసులకు రాత్రిపూట చాలా ధైర్యం వస్తుంది.
In fact, demons are courageous in nights.
పగలపూట ఏమాత్రము జ్ఞానం ఉండదు.
In daytime they are powerless.
అనగా రాత్రి అనగా ఏమిటి? ఒక విధమైనటువంటి దుర్గుణములతో కూడినటువంటిది.
The night, the darkness
అజ్ఞానము అనేటువంటిదే రాత్రి.
symbolizes ignorance.
సుజ్ఞానం అనేటువంటిదే పగలు.
And wisdom is daytime.
అజ్ఞానం అనేటువంటి రాత్రిలో నీవు పోయినప్పుడు నీకు అన్ని చెడ్డవే కనిపిస్తాయి.
In the darkness of ignorance, you encounter only
కనుక ఈ
bad.
చీకటిని ఆశించేటువంటి వాడు రాక్షసుడు తప్ప మనిషి కాడు.
So the one who wants this darkness is a
మనం
demon.
దుర్మార్గాన్ని ఆశించేటువంటి వారు మనం మానవులం కాదు.
If you are cruel, you are not a true man.
శృణ్వతి విశ్వే అమృతస్య పుత్రః. మానవుడు అమృతపుత్రుడు.
You are the son of immortality.
జంతువునాం నరజన్మ దుర్లభం. మానవ జన్మం చాలా దుర్లభమైనటువంటి.
Human life is rarest.
అట్టి దుర్లభమైనటువంటి మానవ జన్మ ఎత్తి కూడాను రాక్షసుల వలె ప్రవర్తించడం ఇది చాలా పొరపాటు.
Having had the rare life of a human, you cannot conduct yourself
మృగములకైనా
like a
ఒక
demon.
కృతజ్ఞత ఉంటుండాలి.
You should show gratitude.
మృగములకైనా ఒక ప్రేమ యొక్క హద్దు ఉంటుండాలి.
In animals there you find love.
కానీ ఈనాటి మానవునికి ప్రేమ యొక్క హద్దు లేదు.
Modern man has no limits whatsoever.
దీనికి తగినటువంటి ఒక కృతజ్ఞత లేదు.
He has no gratitude.
కనుక మానవులై పుట్టినందుకు మానవులుగా మనం బ్రతికి మానవులుగా జీవించి మానవత్వాన్ని సార్థకం చేసుకోవాలి.
So having been born as a human being, we should lead the life of a human, end our
ప్రతి
lives as
మానవుడు
human.
కూడా దైవ స్వరూపుడే.
Every human being is the personification of
దైవ
God.
స్వరూపుడు కానటువంటి మానవుడు జగత్తులో కానరాడు.
In this world there are none who are not divine.
On behalf of all present here, I offer my humble and loving salutations at the divine lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagawan, Sri Sathya Sai Baba. As we all prepare to celebrate the Aradhana Mahotsavam of our beloved Bhagawan, it gives us an opportunity to contemplate and reflect on his teachings so that we can practice them in our daily living intensely and sincerely. The Sri Sathya Sai Scriptural Studies Committee, with Swami's guidance, blessings and grace, would like to offer a sharing on the practical teachings of Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba by several devotees from across the world. The theme for this offering is Living Gratefully, Follow the Master. As Swami has said so many times, and he has emphasized again and again, the best way to pray to God is to express our gratitude. And this Aradhana Mahotsavam, let us all come together in His name to express our gratitude by practicing His teachings in our daily day-to-day living, so that becomes our offering to Him. For this offering, we have Dr. Narendra Reddy, the chairman of Sri Sathya Sai International Organization. He's here to share a few thoughts on this theme.
With love, reverence, and gratitude, I offer my prayerful pranams at the divine lotus feet of our dearest, loving, and omnipresent Lord Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you. Sri Sathya Sai devotees from all over the world celebrate Aradhana Mahotsavam on April 24th. They offer their love and gratitude to Swami for all the love and blessings they received from him. Aradhana Mahotsavam, the Mahotsavam, Maha Utsavam means, Utsavam is festival. Mahotsavam means great festival. And Aradhana is worship. So this is the day we offer our worship on this great festival day by offering our gratitude to Swami for the blessings, grace, and love He showered on us more than 8 decades. And He continues to shower on us as our eternal companion. Swami has touched our lives through His message, His miracles, and love. And His miracles are astounding, awe-inspiring, and mind-boggling. And Swami has cured incurable diseases. He canceled cancers. He made the blind see, lame walk, and raised the dead to life. Not only that, He transformed the millions of hearts of people. So these miracles, also called chamatkars, are the one aspect of divine mission. These are like a visiting cards in Swami's own words. So, and Swami himself said they are like mosquitoes on an elephant in his divine mission. So, having experienced this wonderful blessing through these various miracles, so we need to go forward as Swami has advised us to express gratitude to him. The next step is the samskar. Swami gave the 4 things. First is chamatkar, which is miracles. Next is samskar, which is transformation, which leads to third one, paropkar, which is selfless service. And finally leads to sakshatkar, which is God realization or self-realization, to know who really we are. The second aspect, important, Swami emphasizes, is we need to have transformation. That is samskar. What is this transformation? Transformation of the heart. Swami has transformed many people who have the bad habits like smoking, alcoholism, drug addiction, and many other vices they have given up. But more important, Swami says, is transformation of the heart. On this day, people offer garlands, flowers, and many things to Swami. But Swami said, give me the flower of your heart, which is not having the pests like desire, anger, greed, and jealousy and pride. So without these things, which is a pure flower of heart, we should offer. And Swami also wants us to offer the flowers of like love, compassion, kindness, sacrifice, forbearance, and forgiveness. And more importantly, Swami says, to make him happy, you practice the 5 fundamental human values, namely Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, Ahimsa, truth, right conduct, peace, love, and non-violence. The underlying current being love. So when we transform like this, then our heart becomes pure and ready to offer to the Lord. Next, this leads to the next stage, paropakar, which is love in action, service. Swami says, the hands that serve are holier than the lips that pray. And Swami says the best way to love God is love all, serve all. So this service, which in the international organization which Swami has founded, we have been doing it for decades, providing food, shelter, water, and healthcare, education, and many other services to the people who are in need. In fact, just in the last 2 weeks, the healthcare professionals from different parts of the world, Canada, New Zealand, and USA, and Botswana, have gone and served about 6,000 patients in 3 countries, namely Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. But the important service Swami says is, this is all very good, but sharing his love and message is the most important. In 2004, when Swami called us, some of the members of Prashanti Council, Swami gave his commandment, go to all corners of the world, share my love and message. This is the important service you can do, how you can touch people's heart with love and message from Swami. So once we do this service like this, then we get pure. They say the best way to get rid of our ego and impurity is doing this selfless service. This is Swami emphasized that. When we go on doing this selfless service, then we will be in communion with God. As Jesus said, blessed are the pure in heart, for theirs shall God. And Swami says, Chitta Shuddhi is Jnana Siddhi. Once you are pure, you are realized. Then this leads to the final stage, Sakshatkar, where we have God realization or self-realization. We really find out who we are. And then we realize we are the embodiments of divine love, divine Atma. And Swami has been telling us that is the purpose of human life. That is the purpose of the Sri Sathya Sai International Organization, to realize that we are the embodiments of divine love and that divine Atma. I pray to Swami to bless all of us so that we can follow with dedication, devotion, and determination the path he has shown us so that we reach the goal supreme. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Dr. Reddy, for your thoughts on the theme and gratitude. As you mentioned, it is important for us to express our gratitude to Swami by practicing his teachings in our day-to-day living. Thank you once again, Dr. Reddy. We would like to move on to the next segment of the offering. As we mentioned earlier, we have several devotees from across the world who would like to share their thoughts on the following objectives. Objective number 1, inspire devotees, including young adults and SSC students, to take a keen interest in reading and understanding the Sathya Sai literature and apply them in their day-to-day living. Objective number 2, inspire devotees to deepen their connection and develop self-confidence by relying on Swami, who is within us all the time. Inspire and nurture devotees to spiritualize all aspects of their life by constantly evaluating their decisions based on Swami's values. Number 4, invite members to share their learning they gained by serving in the Sathya Sai organization and to encourage and inspire devotees to take an active role in the organization so that they develop personality and character by deepening their understanding of the functions of the organization. We have the following panelists who would like to share their thoughts on these objectives. We have Brother Ganeshamurthy from Sri Lanka, Sister Jan from USA, Brother Arun from USA, Sister Carla from South America. We have Brother Brian from Portugal, Brother Tirat from Mauritius, Sister Hope from Australia, Brother Rajan from Australia, Brother Sabitan from Malaysia, and Sister Sonali from USA. We are grateful to Swami for providing us this opportunity to come together in his name and to discuss the teachings so that we can understand and apply them in our day-to-day living. let's get into the discussion. So this question is for all the panelists. The question is, how does the regular reading of Sathya Sai literature guide you in your day-to-day living? Let's hear from the panelists.
Historically, in the past, I have not read Sai literature in a very structured way. I interacted with a lot of the teachings through SSE, of course, and once I graduated SSE, it was about attending workshops that the young adults had held or attending study circles that the adults were organizing. Recently, I found that in moments where I am being challenged, whether it be an experience at work, whether it be an experience in certain relationships, I have leaned on Sai literature in those times to help light the path that is, in that moment, the path that makes the most sense, the path that is right, the path that is honest, the path that is upholding all the human values. I found reading Sai literature in those moments really calming and providing perspective in a way that has been difficult otherwise to achieve. And so that is one practice that I am going to continue doing. And just to basically how I would do it is go to Sathya Sai Speaks, look up certain keywords. Recently, some of the words that I've been searching are friendship and really understanding what a friendship looks like. It's been understanding desires. What does healing on desires really mean? And starting to go through the discourses in a way that is not just about reading them, but really questioning what they mean in the context of these situations and how I can start to apply what Swami says in my life.
Sairam, regular reading of Sai literature has certainly helped me a lot, especially when I'm navigating through my life. On a day-to-day basis, there are a lot of decisions that we have to make, especially as treating psychiatrists. Clinically, I have a lot of patients who require immediate decisions, and these decisions can be governed by values. And when I read Sai literature, it certainly helps me to make those decisions faster, and it prevents my mind to be in a state of indecisiveness throughout the entire day. So it also brings me very close to Swami, constantly integrated with him for moment to moment awareness. So that is why Sai literature has played an important and integral part of my day-to-day experience of my very being itself. Sarah.
I've used the practice of regularly reading Sai's literature as a means to remain in connection with him, but also to keep his teachings to the front of my mind. I've used his teachings as a guide for my own conduct in a variety of roles throughout my life, but also as a guide for my own spiritual development. It is the practice of reading his teachings and reflecting and contemplating on them and then trying to apply them, and then also reflecting on your own attempts at applying them. And sometimes that might be successes and sometimes that might be failures, that has brought me to realize that my true guide in all of this process is my own conscience. And I think that when I started reading Sai's literature, I probably didn't understand that so much, but the process of continuing to try to apply his teachings has made me realize how much my conscience has guided me throughout that.
Reading the Sai literature, it gives us an understanding who am I and also the purpose of life. Now in spiritual discourses, there are three levels of meaning. One is the literal meaning, other one is the hidden meaning, and the third one is the ultimate truth. Now understanding at various levels is helped by these discourses. In daily application moves us towards self-transformation, a stress-free life, fulfillment, human excellence, and selfless service. Sai Ram.
Daily reading of Sathya Sai literature is so important to me. It has helped me to evolve and expand his message. Doctors talk about a deficiency of vitamins. causing malnutrition. But Baba says the only malnutrition we have is of the mind. And he also calls it the deficiency of vitamin G, God. And so he recommends the medicine as repetition of the name of God. And he also recommends that we have daily contemplation of his glory and his grace. And that way we build the divine qualities of love, humility, contentment, and detachment. I have found it truly is the medicine to be immersed in his presence, his reading, his teachings, and then like the living waters, it just flows from and through me in each circumstance as his truth, as the one truth, as connected to him in my heart, my mind, and my actions. That's a really good way to live.
Regular reading of Sathya Sai literature profoundly guides our lives. It offers timeless spiritual wisdom, clarity on values like truth and love, and practical advice for everyday challenges. This literature inspires selfless service and inner transformation, empowering me to lead a purposeful life aligned with my spiritual principles. I am a fan of late Professor Anil Kumar's books. He writes as he speaks. Man management helped me to work with people in the organization and at work. When our children were young, we followed Rita Bruce's Sai parenting guidelines in order to guide our children.
Sairam, creo que leer fragmentos de las enseñanzas de Swami en mi día a día me ha ayudado a estar más al pendiente de mis pensamientos, de mis palabras y de mis acciones y a crear una conexión con Swami.
Regular reading of Sai literature is important for many reasons in my day-to-day life. First and foremost, it keeps me grounded and focused on the higher level objectives. Very frequently, I get bogged down by the nuances of life, of work, etc. And when I think to Sai literature, I remember that these are all fleeting things, ephemeral moments. When you take a step back and think about what's truly going on, much of this is Maya or an illusion. And really, what matters is your focus on Swami and on his divine love and grace. And when you realize that, a sense of peace and serenity comes across your mind. And by regularly reading Sai literature, or even the thought for the day every day, you get to be pulled back to these essential and important, never-changing lessons.
Since early childhood, I have started reading Sai literatures, but to be honest, I did not put into practice until I started to live my professional life and started to face challenges. It is at this moment that I started to apply the Sri Sathya Sai literature in my life. Every situation I face these days, I try to connect it to one of the Sai literatures, and there is no challenge or hard moment that remains unsolved. Swami has given us the Sai literature. I believe we should give it the same importance as the Holy Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, or any other holy book.
El mensaje de Swami me guía en mi día a día cuando debo tomar decisiones importantes, y es ahí cuando intento silenciar y calmar mi mente y seguir el camino correcto, que sé que es la opción más beneficiosa a largo plazo y la que me generará paz.
Thank you, everyone. I think, as you have mentioned, Swami is present through his literature, and if the more we read on a regular basis, we are going to be close to and connected to him so intimately. So thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on this question. Let's move on to the next question. So this is also related to the previous question. The question is, can you share an example where Swami guided you through the literature to make the right decision? How does he guide you in your interactions with people in life, such as co-workers, friends, and family members? Let's hear from the panelists again.
One example that I have of living Baba's teachings that I read and studied was having that self-confidence and how important it is. And it's literally having confidence in him, especially when we're serving. So this was an incident where I was serving in the ashram, and I had a mother call me and say that she needed for me to carry home some things containing medicine also back to the US from her family, and that they were on the train coming to me in the ashram to bring it. And I had literally no room for that large of an amount of things that she needed. I felt the concern in her voice, and I just had that confidence. I was there serving, and that Baba would provide. And I said, he's the Lord of the universe. I'm here serving, so I'm sure certainly a suitcase will be provided. I just knew that. I had that confidence. So I went to serve that evening. And when I was coming out of the ashram, to the right of my shoes, I was like one of the last devotees out, because we were cleaning up and closing up the hall. And there to the right of my shoes was a suitcase. It was a brand new suitcase. It was empty. And I was looking to my left and to my right and asking people, and one by one, everyone left. I knew that Baba had provided that suitcase, and it was right by my shoes. Having that faith, living his teachings, being immersed in that and sharing it is everything. That was a special experience.
Saira, durante mucho tiempo escuchaba que los devotos tenían experiencias con Swami por medio de su literatura, ¿no? Y lo pude experimentar en mi último viaje a India en el año 2019. Cuando yo llegué a India, la verdad es que me encontraba en un momento en el que tenía muchísimos sentimientos encontrados. Y una muy buena amiga me regaló un libro de Joy Thomas. Cuando comencé a leerlo, pues ella hablaba de su experiencia, cómo había conocido a Swami y así, ¿no? Entonces llegó un punto en el que ella habla sobre un relato en el que está molesta con su esposo, y era precisamente lo que me estaba pasando a mí, que me tenía muy intranquila. Y en esas lecturas le dice, Swami está ahí también, ¿no? Y entonces dije, ok, Swami me está hablando por medio de esta lectura. Y dije, ok, Swami, tienes razón, tú estás ahí. Y cuando comprendí eso, todo el coraje y toda la ira que sentía simplemente pues se desvaneció. Y me di cuenta que realmente cuando uno lee y cuando uno está atento, Swami siempre nos habla y nos guía.
Swami guides me through his messages on a daily basis. What I think is truly amazing, though, is when you run out of other answers, other sources of information, when there is no answer, Swami is there for you and has answers. For example, in an extreme case, during the pandemic, I had a family member who was very sick and had COVID. He was on a ventilator, asleep in a coma for a month. There was no science that told us what to do about COVID. No one knew what was happening. And when I had nowhere else to turn, I turned to Swami. I gave everything to him and I said, please Swami, take care. And Swami had simple messages for me. Why fear when I am here? And through Swami's grace, everything ended up being all right, and my family member came back totally healthy. But I think in that moment when I had nowhere else to turn, I fully turned to the Lord and I said, Lord, please guide me. I have nothing else I can do here. And Swami responded with full love and grace and took care of everything and made sure everything went smoothly.
In moments of challenge or in moments of choice, I find that those are the moments when I want to rely on my inner voice, my Swami, my internal Swami, to guide me in the direction that makes the most sense. And recently I've been going through a job transition, trying to understand the next career path for me. And at those times, I've really relied on looking to Swami for answers because I don't have those answers for myself. And the ways in which I find Swami come into my life during those times is really opening myself up to the energies of the universe and knowing and having the faith that Swami will provide the resources, the knowledge, the people that I need in my life at that time to make the right decision for me, make the right decision for the universe. And so really, in those moments, I think it's a lot about cultivating faith and trusting Swami, trusting the universe to guide you in that path. And that's what has been working for me.
A very good example that perhaps I can share with you is when I encountered a very difficult patient and the family members as well. The parents were very high, top-notch government officials, and they were very difficult to handle. And most of my colleagues were very stressed dealing with this particular family. And so the case was handed on to me. And at that very moment when I met the person, it was really difficult for me to engage as well. But then the human values kicked in. And Swami said multiple times in the Sai literature that everyone is one and of the same consciousness itself. So there is a need to be compassionate and kind to every single person that you meet. And in that accord, I started to react, I started to observe with patience and kindness and allow the person to ventilate the dissatisfaction that they had during that very episode. And after a moment, I looked into the eyes and subtly, very subtly hoped that Bhagawan, if what I did was right, can you show me a response? And out of a sudden, the person just looked back at me and smiled. And that was the first smile we managed to secure from this particular family. And after that, the interaction gained a lot of momentum and we had a wonderful time interacting with them. So Sai literatures can really bring forth the inherent human values which we all possess deep within ourselves. It brings out the goodness, it brings out the greatness of our very existence itself. And using that can certainly help you be more kind and compassionate towards family members, towards co-workers, and towards people around you. And when we change, when we move towards self-transformation, we notice that people around us will also transform themselves because of the very transformation they witness in our very being. Sarah.
It's so heartwarming to hear all the stories that you've shared. It is true, Swami does guide us through his teachings and his literature. So thank you again for sharing your thoughts and your experiences. Let's move on to the next question. This is about serving in the organization. So the question is, what have you learned by serving in the Sathya Sai International Organization? How has it helped you to become a better person in all aspects of life?
Serving as a leader in the organization is one of the best trainings for leadership, because in this organization, you have to be what I consider the best type of leader, a servant leader. In the role, you are serving Swami and serving devotees in the organization. You both have to lead, be decisive, make decisions that'll impact many of your fellow Swami devotees. But you also must not do it from a place of arrogance, but from a place of humility. And those lessons are not only important lessons in leadership, but in every aspect of one's daily life.
For me in my life, I cannot say that it is solely the service roles that I've taken on through the organization that have led me to be a better person. The practice of applying Sai's teachings and the practice of regular reading of his literature is something that started way before I took on any roles within the organization. That was at a time in my life where there was quite a geographical distance between me and what I could access in terms of the organization. So I tried to, at that time, apply, and still do, when I look at Sai's teachings and read the literature, I try to apply it to every role that I'm in, regardless of whether that's within the organization or in my family or out in society. And this has 100% been what has led me to become a better person. So I can't exactly make that distinction that it's the organization alone that has done this. But Sai's teachings is there for you to apply it wherever you are and whenever you have the time to think about it and apply it in every single aspect of your life.
Being in the organization, there are multiple things that I've learned, especially by observing the elders who have pioneered the organization. When I look at them, the main thing glaring is sacrifice and right conduct. Sacrifice is something very difficult to do, and this is something I notice, a particular quality that I notice in each and every one of them. They sacrifice their very desire, they sacrifice their very enjoyment itself towards adopting a higher, fulfilling life and purposeful life. And this is something that I would like to practice as well. And the other component that I've been able to observe is the very fact of patience, kindness, and also compassion. This is something which is easily noticeable in all Sai devotees. You notice that they're very kind, they're very compassionate, they're always trying to understand. And this is something that I like to bring in my day-to-day experience, in my interaction with people. And this is how I would like to transform myself by using these values, so that in the future I'll be able to exemplify kindness and compassion within every action, thought, and also deed. Saira.
The organization has helped me become the person that I am today in a lot of different ways. Through SSC, through the people that I've met and the relationships that I've made within this organization. Through the study circles, the workshops, Swami's literature. All of these different avenues providing outlets continually to question, to better understand, to aspire to be a better person, to work harder every day. I think being a leader within the organization is similar to being a leader in many other places. There are different challenges that may arise, and being a leader within the Serve the Planet specific subcommittee has allowed me to continue to nurture my love and gratitude for Mother Earth through the organization, which I've absolutely loved, and allowed me to cultivate relationships with other members of the organization who are also similarly passionate about this topic. And that has been very fulfilling, very satisfying to have that community, to build that community of like-minded individuals who are all trying to make a positive impact in a particular area. And so being a leader has been really wonderful in helping to build a community, in being fulfilled in the type of work that I do, and hopefully bringing that into other aspects and parts of my life.
There is no other organization as Sri Sathya Sai International Organization. From the small Baltika students to the elderly ones, everyone is special. Swami has indulged in us with so many good things. I remember when I was a small kid, whenever there was an event in the Sai Center, my guru always used to ask me to stay at the doorstep to arrange devotees' sandals, and I always felt bad to do so. But then later I realized that she was trying to bring discipline in me at a very early age. I became a better person just when I realized the people that used to be close to me were bad people, and I had to change my circle. Being closer to Sai devotees brought so many changes in me. I learned the Vedas, I started doing more prayers, and even I became a lot closer to Swami.
Por medio del servicio en la organización Sathya Sai, estoy aprendiendo a considerar que todo el trabajo que hago, si lo realizo como una ofrenda a Swami, lo hago como amor, dando lo mejor de mí y entregándole el resultado a Swami, este trabajo o actividad se convierte en una forma de adoración. El servir en la organización me permitió mejorar mis capacidades sociales de comunicación y liderazgo. La organización es un espacio de aprendizaje y evolución, y además me ha permitido trabajar en mi divinidad interior y a reducir mi ego.
That is very true. Thank you for sharing your thoughts again. It is my experience too that I have learned so many things just by serving the organization, being involved in many event planning, and also leading so many initiatives in the organization. So again, this is another way of showing our gratitude to Swami by serving the organization. So thank you so much. Let's move on to the next question. This is in relation to the theme we have. How do you express gratitude to Sathya Sai Baba, his teachings, or anything in your life on a daily basis?
I try to show my gratitude to Sri Sathya Sai Baba by not wasting time and by not wasting this wonderful opportunity of my life where I've been exposed to his teachings at a relatively young age. And my efforts for showing my gratitude is that I should align my decisions, my choices, my actions, the way I show up in this world, I should align it with his teachings, and also continue to progress in my spiritual journey. So those are the two main ways that I try to show my gratitude to him.
Expressing gratitude to Swami and his teachings is something that I find easiest to do when I'm outside, when I'm in nature, when I see his creation and in front of my eyes and see the beauty of the ripples in the water or the tree or birds singing. Those are the places where I feel most connected to Swami, and those are the places where I feel it easiest to express my gratitude. I think I would love to continue to implement more daily practices where I'm intentional about being grateful for Swami, for his teachings. But I know that he's with me and that he knows that I am grateful. So it's really just about being the best version of myself. And that's how I show my gratitude for Swami and everything that he brings to my life.
It is only by total surrender to his name and form we can show our gratitude to him. Another thing, we have to search for the inner meanings in all his discourses and in his literature. Now, Swami has asked us, give us your availability, nothing else. He asks for our availability, and he will give the ability and all the other resources.
Every morning, I do not miss to say, thank you, Swami. This has become a habit since I learned about gratitude. Even if I am having a bad day, I would still say thank you, Swami. If he has given us a problem, he will have the solution too. So I thank Swami beforehand. Whenever I get some occasion while talking to some friends or family, I will talk about Swami and his teachings. As a young adult coordinator to propagate the messages and teachings of Swami, we have started sharing daily Sri Sathya Sai Astotram, the garland of 108 precious gems by Professor Kasturi. Jai Sai Ram.
One of my favorite quotes from Swami is from a letter that he wrote from the beginning of time, and how he chose us. He loved us. He loved us so much that he put his consciousness in our minds, and that we are able to love on that level, that same level of God. So that quote that says, "Come one, come all, let us not be ungrateful called. Let us faithfully serve him, Sai, and love him, love him, love him." So every day, I just make that my mantra is, how may I love you? How can I show you how much I love you? I just want to give and love and serve, and he has inspired that love. And as an experience Al Drucker had, where he asked Swami, he says, I feel that love so much with you, but how do you know that, how do I know that you love me? And Baba says, because I had to first love you for you to love me. Think about that. He loved us first so we could love him. So showing him we love him every day is loving ourselves and loving one another and lifting each other up. And he talks about it, he shows the way, he gives examples in all his teachings, his readings, his discourses. So I am sharing with you today, that is the ticket, the way to love God, because he loved us first. He loves us. And so loving him is loving ourselves and loving one another. May it always be so. Sai Ram.
To be honest, there is no right or wrong way to express gratitude towards Bhagawan. And there's no one way which would suffice, because the way grace is showered upon us is just so immense and it's always available. So we all have different ways how we connect to him and how we express our gratitude. For me personally, the way I express my gratitude to him is through self-transformation, to making sure that every single word or his teaching is really put to practice. It's not just a part of sharing this knowledge with others, but also internalizing those messages and making sure that those messages are practiced in our day-to-day activity. The human values are there for a reason. It is there to guide our decision. It is there for us to use them. Krishna came to this planet and he had extolled various teachings, and Swami has also done similarly. And those teachings are to be used to guide us. And for me, these teachings can be used as a catalyst for self-transformation. And there's no other better way I see fit rather than transforming myself. And I think that would be what Swami expects of me as well. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, creo que soy una joven muy bendecida por conocer sobre Swami y sus enseñanzas, porque ha transformado la manera de conducirme en la vida. Creo que la mejor manera para agradecerle a Swami es llevando sus enseñanzas, seguir practicándolas en mi día a día Y como Swami dijo, mi vida es mi mensaje, ahora mi vida es un mensaje. Entonces creo que el llevar sus enseñanzas en mi vida es la mejor manera de agradecerle. Saira.
Gratitude. And how I pay my gratitude to Sai. Expressing gratitude to Sai Baba can be done in various ways. It all depends on your personal beliefs and practices. Here are a few I follow. Daily reflection. I take a few moments each day to reflect Sai Baba's teaching and blessings, expressing gratitude for the positive impact they have had in my life. Act of kindness. Perform acts of kindness in compassion towards others, inspired by Sai Baba's teaching and of love and services as the way of showing gratitude. Inner devotion. Cultivate an inner sense of devotion and gratitude towards Sai Baba through meditation, contemplation, and mindful practices.
That is very true. The gratitude that we express and how we all express gratitude varies, and it's also an inspiration to all of us. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on this particular question. This next question is actually for Brother Rajan from Australia. You have been an instrument in developing the Sai Lifestyle program. Could you please tell us a little bit about this program, brother? We would like to hear about it. Brother Rajan.
The Sai Lifestyle program we offer in Australia through the Devotion Wing aims to support all in the practical application of Sathya Sai Baba's teaching as we continue on the path to realize our inherent divinity. Its mission is to provide members with a structured program to support them in their understanding and practice the teaching of Sathya Sai Baba, and to help members establish a lifestyle consistent with Sai's teaching through small focus groups that is foster participation and transformation. To name a few of the programs, Living in Bliss, Minding the Mind for Spiritual Growth, Communication and Active Listening. There are 23 odd topics we have created, and they are very useful for our Sai members. Sai Ram, and thank you.
That's a beautiful program, brother. Thank you for sharing the details. As you mentioned, Sai Lifestyle is supposed to be our lifestyle. As we practice his teachings in our day-to-day living, then it becomes the lifestyle. So thank you for sharing. At this time, I would like to express our gratitude to Swami for this opportunity for all of us to come together in his name and to discuss his teachings, and also to hear from our fellow brothers and sisters from across the world how they practice Swami's teachings, how they apply his teachings and his guidance in their life, and actually they are all inspirations to all of us. So once again, thank you so much for all of you for sharing your thoughts, and also thank you, Dr. Reddy, for your thoughts on gratitude and the theme. At this time, I would like to pray to Swami that on this auspicious occasion of the Aradhana Mahotsavam, please shower your grace, blessings on all of us as we practice your teachings in our day-to-day life as a way of expressing our gratitude to you, Swami. Jai Sai Ram.
I will follow you wherever you may go. I'll always be with you. I will follow you wherever you may go. I'll always be with you. I will follow you wherever shine forever bright. You are my guiding light.
You shine forever bright. You are my guiding light.
You shine forever bright. You are my guiding light.
You shine forever bright. You are my guiding light.
Mama, soft and kind, take my heart and mind. Take me home in your love forever.
Baba, soft and kind, take my heart and mind. Take me home in your love forever.
Mama, soft and kind, take my heart and mind. Take me home in your love forever.
Baba, soft and kind.